The Loft is a safe drug and alcohol-free space for young people aged 12 to 25. We run a range of arts, music and recreation projects. The Loft's an initiative of Newcastle City Council. The Council's really supportive of what we do and continuing to deliver a high-quality youth service that deals with arts and cultural activities for young people.
I've had a number of visits to the Loft for many different reasons. And there's a huge range of activity available, and I get the feeling that if somebody wants to go along and try something, they can. And there'll be something there for you because there's such a range of activity. The display of art, to listening to some of the music that's generated there, some of the presentations. I'm very impressed by the sound studio and what you can do there. When you walk in there, you get the feeling of there's something fresh here, there's something different, and to have that opportunity available, I think is great for the city.
The Loft acts as an auspicing organisation for grants, so young people who aren't eligible to apply for grants can come to us and we take on applying for those grants and dealing with all the financial and administration stuff.
My name's Connor Ashley, I'm 22 years old and I'm a documentary photographer based in Newcastle. I work on issues of social and environmental injustice, and particularly on underreported issues. I've been lucky enough to receive a grant that I applied for. I understand how much that grant and that encouragement from the Loft has helped me to live out my dream. The Loft is extremely important in empowering young people because it's one of the last community youth-oriented spaces that still exists in the wider Newcastle area. I feel really lucky to have been involved with the Loft, and it reinforces to me how important the Loft is to young people. It's probably one of the best examples of social capital that exists.
The Loft's available for young people to hire if they want to run their own classes and activities. Currently we have capoeira, Brazilian martial arts and dance is really popular at the venue and runs 2 nights a week. Basically we're trying to encourage young people, young promoters and young bands to learn the skills to organise, run, manage their own events. The live music program is really strong at the Loft. We run weekly, all ages, drug and alcohol free gigs that showcase local young artists and musicians. We run a radio production program, Ninja Radio, which is a fortnightly podcast. Young people produce that podcast for us. Features local bands, musicians and artists. The Loft's recently received funding to enable us to employ a full-time Aboriginal youth arts facilitator. That's allowed us to really push Indigenous youth arts out there into the community. Another key project that we run here is called InZine. It's an independent publishing project for young people. We publish 4 magazines per year, and they're made up of artwork and creative writing and illustration that's submitted by young people, so it's a great way for them to get published and get their work out there.
I'm a workshop provider with the Loft Youth Centre. Basically I work in radio and multimedia production, so this is actually the first real course that I've given, and I've really enjoyed it because I've had a bunch of kids who've come along and come up with their own ideas, made their own interviews and produced their own radio work, and they've done a really good job, and to be completely honest, blown away all my expectations, and I'm incredibly proud to be a part of something where I can see young people who are just so keen to get out there and make something and tell people something, actually doing it and actually learning and growing. It's a very rewarding experience.
Was crying